Hi everyone, we have another little update today regarding the closure of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. So in case you weren't aware, around the end of August, Nintendo released this statement, stating that Animal Crossing Pocket Camp will be closed on November 28th, 2024, and that there'll be a new paid version of the game available to transfer your data to. They followed this up by letting us know that we'd be given more information about the paid version of Pocket Camp at some point in October. If you'd like to see more information on my reaction to this, I have another video on the channel you can go back and watch, but obviously it isn't October yet. But today we have been given a little bit more information regarding the new paid version of the game. This new info is from the official Animal Crossing Pocket Camp's FAQ page with an answer to the question, what about transferring items to the paid version of the app? This is something a lot of us have been wanting to know a bit more information about, as the original statement kept things very vague and kept a lot of us wondering what's going to happen to our items in the game if we choose to transfer over to the paid version of the app. So the answer to this reads, you can play the paid app with your saved data transferred from Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. You will be able to transfer and use furniture, clothing, amenities, and terrain parts obtained in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, as well as your level, animal friendship levels, and items such as crafting materials, bugs, fish, and so on. In addition to items that have debuted over the 7 years of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, with some exclusions, we plan to add new items at a fixed period of time. There are some items that cannot be transferred. Here are answers regarding items we have received many inquiries about. So some examples of items that cannot be transferred to the new version of the game are leaf tickets and leaf ticket maps, because leaf tickets are not used in the paid app, so leaf tickets, leaf ticket maps, and lots of leaf ticket maps cannot be transferred to use. Another thing that will not be transferred are gifts, so the friends feature that requires constant data transmission will no longer be used in the new version of the game, so please note that all gift types will not be transferable either. And the last thing that will not be transferred is redeeming cookies in the furniture and fashion plan. Then they followed this up again by saying please wait for more details, as we will provide more information via an in-app notification sometime in October. So I was hoping for some sort of video online, which I'm still hoping they might do, with like a reveal of what the new game's going to be like, but it seems like they're going to be sending a notification via the game as well, so for those of you who don't go on the internet much and maybe just find out all your Pocket Camp information through the app, just be sure to keep an eye on the news in the game around October time. Alright, so let's talk about it. So first, the bad news. It does say that there are some exclusions when it comes to some items that have been added into the game over the years. I wish they would be a little bit more specific with this statement, as again, they've kept it very vague, and I'm left wondering, what items aren't they transferring over? What if it's a special anniversary item? What if it's one of my favourite items that I have on my camp? How are they deciding what items are excluded? I'm assuming it's possibly some collaborative items like the Splatoon, Mario, or Pokemon ones, as I assume they'd have to obtain a new license for some of those or something like that, or maybe they're just not relevant anymore so they don't want to transfer them over. But again, I have no idea, and if that is the case, I wonder if that means the Sanrio items will be removed from the game. If so, that would be really sad, since I and many others absolutely love all of the Sanrio items in the game. And will this affect the Sanrio villagers in the game? I seriously doubt that they'll remove the Sanrio villagers, but I genuinely don't know because they've kept it so vague that we just have to wonder all of these things. Another obvious thing that's of course really sad is that we will of course no longer be able to send gifts to our friends in the game, because we will no longer be able to have friends in the game, as this new version of Pocket Camp is going to run completely offline. It's so sad to see this feature of the game disappear, as the community in Pocket Camp has always been one of my favourite aspects of it, and I love visiting people's campsites and sending and receiving presents, as well as helping with gardening events, which is another thing that I'm really intrigued to know more about in this new version of the game. Will we have to rely on bugs that spawn on freshly grown flowers for gardening events? Will there still even be gardening events in the game? Maybe not, since there will likely no longer be monthly events and new items. So what's the use of having our garden at the campsite anymore, except being able to grow certain flowers to gift villagers? But it would seem a little useless without any cute gardening events. So yeah, it's still all a little bit confusing how things are going to work for now, so I guess we'll have to be patient and wait until October to find out the answer to these questions. But on to the good news. So the good news is that it has been confirmed that our friendship level with the animal villagers, our characters level, our different terrain parts, amenities, and all of our clothing and furniture will all be transferred to the new version of the game, which is great news for those of us who've been playing for many years or since Pocket Camp's release and have collected so much stuff and made a lot of progress that we don't just want to throw away. And this is an FYI for those of you who are watching this: if you want to be able to transfer your data to the new game, game, please make sure you create a Nintendo account and link it to your Pocket Camp account. Otherwise, I have a feeling that you're not going to be able to transfer your data. You need to do this before the game's closure date in November, so please go and do that. I've mentioned linking to a Nintendo account in many of my other Pocket Camp videos. It's very easy, and if you're not sure how to do it, you can ask your parent to help you or Google it. It's so easy. You just go into the settings, link to a Nintendo account, create a Nintendo account, it's completely free, and then in the new game you'll be able to log into your Nintendo account and get all of your stuff back. Please make sure you do that if you're going to be getting the new version of the game, because I don't want to see so many of you waiting until the new one releases and then not being able to transfer your stuff because you forgot to create a Nintendo account. That would just be so sad. So please remember to go and do that today. Anyways, and we got even more good news. They have confirmed that they do plan to add new items at a fixed period of time to this new version of the game. So even if there are certain items excluded when the game first releases, they may be added back into the paid version of the game via an update, or we may even be getting even more fun new clothing and furniture items in the paid version of the game, which gives me hope that this is something they may continue to do every so often. Obviously not as often as with the original Pocket Camp game, where we're currently getting a bunch of new stuff every single month and little updates every couple of weeks, but a little update with a cute new item every now and then in the paid version would be a nice little thing for us players to look forward to. And that was basically all the info we were given today, so again we're going to have to wait until October to find out more specific details that I'm sure we're all wondering, like how will fortune cookies work in the game if we don't have leaf tickets? Will everything be able to be purchased via bells? Will there be a new in-game currency? Are we going to have to earn this new in-game currency through some form of offline gameplay within the app? Should we spend all of our leaf tickets now and start saving up bells instead? Personally, that's something that I've actually started to do in my own game, since if fortune cookies and terrains are going to be purchased with bells in the new version, I imagine they're going to cost a lot of bells, so I really need to start saving up. And in the meantime, I've been really enjoying sending and receiving gifts to those on my friends list and checking out my friends' campsites while I still have the opportunity to. Another sad thing to note is if we're going to be losing our friends in Pocket Camp, some of you may have made friends via Pocket Camp and don't want to miss out on never being able to interact with them again. For this, again, I would recommend linking your Nintendo account, as if you go onto your Switch, you'll see friends recommended on your Switch who are friends of you on Pocket Camp. So this is a really easy way if both of you have a Switch and you link your Nintendo accounts, you may be able to add each other on the Switch instead before the game closes, and then you'll be able to interact with each other on there somehow, maybe play New Horizons together or something like that. I am really sad about all the people who are going to lose contact with friends they've made via Pocket Camp though, as it's going to be quite difficult to be able to find them since the game does tend to keep your information very private. It may be really hard to find some people, so I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are going to be missing out on friends. I had some really good friends on online games when I was a kid that I always think about that I lost contact with when the game closed. Like I used to play this game called Amoeba Pico, and when that game closed I lost so many friends. I never was able to contact any of them again because the game closed so suddenly. So I guess it is a little bit of a good thing that we got an announcement of this game closing, so that those of you who are hoping to try find your friends on Pocket Camp through some other area of the internet have a little bit of a chance to. I've seen some people posting screenshots saying like, I'm trying to find my friend from Pocket Camp before the game closes, and I think that's really sweet. So I hope everyone is able to find their friends online and hopefully be able to keep a connection with some of them, because I do know the pain of losing online friends from an online game when I was a kid and always wondering what they're up to nowadays. Anyways, that's all for today everyone. Just a quick little Pocket Camp news update for you all. So what questions are you hoping to be answered about the new version of the game? I personally really want to know how paying for fortune cookies is going to work, and how many fortune cookie types will be available to buy at one time. If they're not planning to do monthly updates to the game, will we have complete access to buy all fortune cookies from the past 7 years and be able to buy new ones from our favourite sets whenever we want? Or will it be a case of having a few randomly selected that are available each day at Timmy and Tommy's shop? Maybe they change each day to make you keep coming back to the game, hoping that one of your favourite cookies is available to buy. I don't know, but I'm really intrigued by how it's going to work. But yeah, that's everything new we have to talk about, so let me know in the comments what you all think about this little update that we got. And before I go for today, I would just like to say an extra special thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for your support. And to the rest of you, if you enjoyed this video, please do consider liking the video, leaving a comment or subscribing, because it really helps me out. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a super lovely day, and I'll speak to you all in my next video. Bye!